When the pineal gland gets activated, melatonin all of a sudden starts to produce derivatives, metabolites, that create the mystical experience.
Today, we're going to talk about Dr. Joe Dispenza's insightful video on the secret to living a life of unlimited possibilities. Dr. Dispenza is a well-known author, speaker, and expert on the power of the mind and the science of transformation. In this message, Dr. Dispenza shares powerful insights on how to live a life of unlimited possibilities by harnessing the power of our minds. He explains that we are not bound by our past, and we have the power to change our lives and create the future we desire by changing our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Dr. Dispenza offers practical tips and techniques for breaking free from old patterns and limiting beliefs, including the power of intention, visualization, and meditation. He shows us how to use the latest scientific discoveries to tap into our full potential and live a life that is truly limitless. Dr. Dispenza's message on the secret to living a life of unlimited possibilities is a powerful and inspiring reminder that we all have the power to create the life we truly desire. By understanding the power of our minds and using practical techniques, we can break free from old patterns and create a life that is full of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. In conclusion, Dr. Joe Dispenza's video on the secret to living a life of unlimited possibilities is a powerful and inspiring presentation that can help you to transform your life and achieve your full potential. By understanding the power of our minds and using practical techniques, we can break free from old patterns and limiting beliefs and create a life that is truly limitless. So, if you're ready to take your life to the next level, I highly recommend watching this powerful video by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Get ready, because something unusual is going to happen in your life. It's the law. And I know it from experience, and I've witnessed it too many times, and it will come in a way that you least expect. Why? Because if you can expect it, it's nothing new. If you can predict it, it's more of the same. It's got to be a surprise. Back to the principle, Louis, of just different paradigms beginning to collapse. Economically, politically, socially, environmentally, religiously, education, journalism, medicine. They have to move into chaos. And chaos is just unpredictable.
Because they're not working.
Yeah, exactly. But now here's the challenge for humanity. You have one of two ways to embrace the breakdown of those paradigms. You can face them with anger and hostility and fear, and you are only contributing to more of it. We have to see that those breakdowns are essential for something greater to happen. Now, we can't wait for governments to take care of us. We can't wait for medicine to give us a drug that's going to heal us from a condition. The truth is, with a greater level of consciousness, the change in awareness because of information, the greatest challenge we have as those paradigms break down is to no longer emotionally react in the same way and be victims. You can't say, this president, this person, this whatever, is actually making me feel this way and think this way. Basically, you're in the program that something outside of you is controlling you, how you feel and how you think. So then to self-regulate then is to say how I think and feel is going to change my outer environment. So then we're all faced with great opportunities brilliantly disguised as impossible situations. And we are at that point, at that nexus point in our evolution as a species. So then you don't try to fix that. That's never going to work. What you do is you create something better. And then everybody just naturally just leaves that and goes here. Now, it used to be some people would just come here and the majority would stay here because they're clinging to what they've been programmed or believe in. But now, because of information, everybody's like, that's not going to work. I already know it's not going to work, and I don't care what anybody says. This is working for me. So people are moving to new applications, to new paradigms, because it's working for them. So as long as we don't emotionally react to the breakdown that's happening currently in the world, and chaos is just unpredictable order. As things move towards disorder, the novelty that's being created is literally chaos, because the known and everything staying the same is order. But as you step out into that unknown, you're having the chaos is unpredictable order being expressed through novelty. And we have to be able to learn how to take that disorder and with the application of brain and heart coherence, create more order. So you can't just say, hey, I'm standing up for peace, and being miserable with your coworker. You don't get to talk about peace. And so you're the living prayer of peace. Not just, we know crime rates go down and violence goes down when there's peace projects in communities where there's meditation on peace. But when those peace gathering projects end, you see that crime and violence and everything returns back to the same level. So it's not enough to just think it. There's a woman sitting in the middle of this meditation, and she's lit up. And when I mean lit up, she's having an experience. And the brain scientists are watching the screen and just saying she's having a massive seizure. Now, they've never seen anything like this before. Here's the humor in the situation. The woman who's sitting in the meditation is a physician from London. Now, you with me? And she is connecting to the unified field, and she's getting an upgrade. And she is on the fringe of this incredible, loving intelligence, this intelligent love, and it begins to consume her, because that's what the quantum field is. It's intelligent love. And she made up her mind. This is what she said before she started that discipline. She said, I have to prove to myself that this is possible, so I'm going to do it for everybody in this room. I'm not going to do it for me. I'm going to do it for everybody in this room. I got to get beyond my analytical mind because I have very, very rigid training. You with me? So here she goes. She gives it everything she has. She surrenders. She trusts in the unknown. She becomes nobody, no one, no thing, nowhere, and no time. And then I say, you're in that infinite field of information. Just because you can't see something, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Put your awareness on that field. Pay attention to it. Surrender to it. Feel it. Experience it moment after moment and become more aware of it. So then if you put your awareness on your nose, it exists, yes? But if you don't have your awareness on it, it doesn't exist, yes or no? Come on. So then if you don't have any awareness on the quantum field, it doesn't exist for you, yes or no? Until you put your awareness on it. So I'm asking them to unfold deeper into the unified field and experience it. Put your awareness on it moment after moment, and certain people start to connect to that energy. That coherent energy. And all of a sudden, in 1 second, her entire brain goes into gamma. Not just regular gamma, which is super consciousness. We're talking about lots of high energy gamma. It looks like, crazy stuff, and the scientists are yelling back there, and I come back and they're going, I'm going to see you, Sean, I'm going to see you. I go like this. Shh. Put my hand on my, quiet. And she's back there listening to them say, she's having a seizure. Now, she's a physician, and she's saying, oh, this is not a seizure. She's not saying that. She has to decide, do I listen to that or do I keep going? And she just said, I'm going. And so she surrenders into this experience, and she's sustaining this high level of gamma, coherent gamma, super consciousness. All of her awareness is on her inner world. In other words, she is aroused. Her sympathetic nervous system has switched on, and instead of switching on like being chased by a predator, instead of that energy to be drawn from the field, the sympathetic nervous system is switching on, and it's taking all that energy stored in the body and it's driving it up to the brain. And when it goes on, all of a sudden the brain goes into gamma, and she's aroused from the inner experience. Are you with me? But it's not from a predator or from a danger. It's from the divine. And now she is in gamma. So I say to the scientist, shut up, let her have the experience, don't bother her, and get back here with that brain scan afterwards. So we have the break, they come back there, and they're all sweating, and they're freaked out, and, oh, you're in. So they show me this sustained gamma And then, my whole theory about the mystical is that energy has to reach the pineal gland. When the pineal gland gets activated, melatonin all of a sudden starts to produce derivatives, metabolites that create the mystical experience. Chemicals that create a phospholuminescent energy in the brain, create hallucinations or vivid imagery, suppress the drives of the body, create antioxidants for healing, release chemicals like Valium that sedate the analytical mind. And the person's going to go mystical. They're going to go dimensional. And she went dimensional. And when we put up the three-dimensional imagery, the hologram of the brain, the entire pineal gland was on fire. It was on fire. I knew in that moment that what we were doing was correct. So we had the scientists come up on the stage. There's nothing like a good story. We bring the doctor up there. We show the brain scans. That scientists are like little kids, goofy and laughing. I can't believe this is crazy stuff. It's not a seizure. I spend hours with these people every week and go to meetings, and they're yelling at each other. This can't be. I'm like, it can be. Well, it's not normal. I know it's not normal. You got to think out of the box. So she tells the story of how the divine connected to her and said, hey, imagery and profound information, I've always been with you. Welcome. And she was laughing and crying at the same time. And now this is not like a dream or visualizing. You understand, this is a download.
Thank you for watching our video. If you found this video valuable, please consider sharing it with your friends and family to help the channel grow and inspire more people. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe for more impactful content.